Salam! Welcome back. This is Z and this is my channel, Cozee Highlights. I speak about a lot of things and I'm interested in a lot of things and I have a lot of hobbies. I love beauty and a lot of my videos about beauty, skincare, things like this. I make a lot of vlogs, but I also have a lot of hobbies that I don't necessarily share on here or elsewhere. Sometimes they make an appearance, and one of the hobbies that I've been enjoying a lot, and I hope I enjoy it for a long time, is Muay Thai. It is very intimidating as a girl, as a woman, to start martial art, but I feel like it was the right decision because so many things have made sense since I started this sport. First of all, I was able to meet people that are like-minded, that I enjoy talking to, that have become friends, and I really feel like I'm part of something, which comes and happens with any sports. I felt like that when I did CrossFit before, and I enjoy that feeling. It's really such a good thing to feel like you're part of something. I also feel it on my body. I've changed. I don't want to say I lost weight because I don't weigh myself, so I can't really give you advice there, but my clothes are looser, my posture is better, my awareness of my body is better, and I am starting to kind of find the mechanic parts that are not working that needs to be fixed, which is a really good thing for me as I'm growing older and to grow and to age gracefully but also healthily. And then last but not least, it was the perfect stress release sport because after a very stressful job, I get to go and really get my stress out, and it helped a lot also with my sleep because that just makes it so much easier to just fall asleep because I'm exhausted. It's very physical, but also I use my brain a lot because you learn a lot of combinations and you learn a lot of new movements, and it's very engaging. I do Muay Thai in a women's only class, so for me that was very important as it felt a little bit safer. I mean, the men and the guys that I've trained with in other sports, whatever the sports is, especially martial arts, were always chill people. They were always calm people. They were always nice and very supportive. But coming back to sports, first of all, and trying to get back into the routine, but especially with Muay Thai where you kick a lot, like it's the art of the 8 limbs. You use your fists, you use your elbows, you use your knees, you use your legs, and you can also clinch, which is like when you hold the person like this and you try to get out of it. So when I did my research, I really wanted to start in more or less a woman-only environment if possible. This was my journey into Muay Thai. I've been into it for 7 months now. I'm very excited about it. I'm looking forward for the day I go to Thailand and get to practice there and get to train there. But until then, I train here. I go to a gym here in Germany, and I've been having a lot of fun. But one thing that I found a little bit stressful when I started is I didn't know what to take with me. When I went for my trial session, the gym I go to said that please bring water bottle, normal gym clothes, and don't put any earrings or anything on. If you have any piercings, please take them off. And that's it, right? But a trial session versus going on a regular basis, especially when I was like a really beginner, I'm still a beginner, but when I was a baby beginner, I really wasn't sure, what am I gonna take with me? What am I gonna put in my bag? Things like this, which bag am I gonna use? So I feel like now I didn't perfect it yet because I still have little tweaks that I want to do, but I feel like I found the perfect setup for me at the moment, right? And the bag that I use, this is the Northface. I'm not sure about the name, so I'm gonna put it here or somewhere on the screen, but I bought this because I was gonna go on a boat trip and I needed a bag that was waterproof, and I never used it again because it's quite bulky, it's big, it's not something that I want to travel with necessarily. So when I started, I used to take like a normal backpack. I had the Sandqvist backpack. That was definitely not a great idea because it was quite tiny compared to the size of the things that I had in here. So eventually that had to go, and I switched to this one, which has a lot more room, and that has been very, very accommodating so far. And the nice thing about this bag is that also it opens from the top ish, but then it's also a backpack, so it's also easy to carry. It has a big compartment here, a small compartment here, and another one on the side of here. So it's like a big duffel bag, kind of. So of course, first thing you do if you want to commit to Muay Thai is get gloves, because you can always borrow gloves from whatever gym that you go to, but eventually it's gonna get really stinky, and just get your own gloves. It's more sanitary, it's better for everybody, especially for you. You don't have to buy expensive gloves, especially if it's starting out. At the beginning I got like really cheaper gloves, let's say. I think I spent about 30 or 40 euros on a pair of gloves just because I didn't want to foot the bill, and it's quite pricey, it's quite expensive to get good gloves. And last month I made the purchase of like leather gloves, because my cheaper ones started to smell because they don't dry out, it's not leather, it's not breathable. So I got new ones, and this is the first thing that needs to be in my bag, because without this I can't really do anything. And these are my gloves. They're so cute. Yes, they're pink. My coach and friend, she always tells me that everybody comes to training in black, and I'm always like flashy in a color, but that's because my workout clothes are usually colorful. But then also when it comes to the training gear, I always have colors. So my previous gloves were red, like a dark red with snake print on it, like they were from Venom, which I like the diversity of the brand, but I don't think I would buy gloves from them again, to be honest. I really like these ones. I've had these ones for about a month and a half now, and I've only started breaking them in the last couple of weeks since I started to go back to training after my infection, and I really like them. They're comfortable, they don't smell at all, while the other ones, even after the first time, they smelled a little bit. So first thing in my bag. Second, water bottle. You always need a water bottle. Like with Muay Thai is very cardio based, so it's strength and cardio based, but it's a lot more cardio. You move a lot, it's a lot about rhythm, and you get very thirsty, so get yourself a good water bottle. Shin pads or shin protection. Because it's the art of 8 limbs, you need shin pads. To be honest, I did not purchase pads yet. These are loaned from a friend, and I will get them very soon, but they are super expensive. Like, I didn't want to get the socks because those are good, you can have them, but first of all, it's not great protection. Second, they stink really quickly, and then you have to buy new ones anyways because you can't really wash them, and if you do, they lose. Like, it's a whole ordeal, as in like buy nice or buy twice kind of thing. It's better if you buy the leather ones. And a friend of mine, I was lucky that she had these lying around because they didn't fit, they were too big for her, and they barely fit. Like, I still need my own, but hopefully I get to buy them later this year, because in Europe a good pair costs upwards 100 euros, which is an investment. And if you go to, like, I think it's 120 for the cheapest good ones that I found, and for like the really nice ones that I want is like 150, 160, and that's pretty pricey. So I'm using these until I can go to Thailand and get them there, because they're basically half price. They're between 50 and 80 euros. So yeah, shin protection. I didn't have this in my bag before, mostly because I was like, yeah, it's fine, and then I realized, and then I was like, actually, I really should have this. You enter, and then directly from the inside you can take off your shoes, and then you can get in, and then there's the mat and everything. But what if I need to go to the bathroom? Ew. Going barefoot is really like not it. So I have a pair of plastic slippers. These are like random ones I bought from Birkenstock like years ago. I actually need to swatch them out, swap them out, because I have a new pair that is easier. But these are just like to roam around the gym in case I need to go to the bathroom, changing room, whatever. Usually I go dressed because I go from home and I have my workout outfit underneath. And then when I get to the gym, I just take off my pants and my top, and then I have my workout clothes on already. So I don't really need to go to the changing room, but if I would be using these all the time. But now I only use them if I go to the bathroom. A towel. I don't use this very often because I don't dry out my sweat. Like, I'm not like going around like this, but if you're a very sweaty person, this is useful in case you need to wash your face, in case it's always good to have a towel, especially these ones. These are like the ones from Decathlon. They're the microfiber ones. Very light, doesn't take a lot of room, and very useful. And then they dry really quickly as well. So if you wet it one way or another, it dries really fast. I have this. This is a wet bag. So if I have something wet, especially like I take my clothes off after I work out, like my top at least, just because it's sweaty, my wraps and things like this, and I don't want them to be touching everything else because they're sweaty and like wet. So I just put them in here, and then when I get home I just throw everything into the washing machine. Hand wraps, yes, they're pink. I always have fresh wraps in the bag. Just, it happened to me a couple of times that I forgot my wraps at home, and then I went in, and it's really not a nice feeling to have like sweaty hands inside of the gloves. It's not for me. So always pick up some wraps and have them in you. You don't have to have them the first day, the first week, whatever. You don't have to invest in them if you don't want to in the beginning, if you're not sure about keeping the sports, but they're usually pretty not pricey. Like, I got these, I think, as a pack of 2 from Amazon for less than 15 euros. I think even less than that, maybe like 10 euros or something. So that's why it's inexpensive. It's also good to have, because if ever you don't use them and you don't do Muay Thai anymore, then you can always use it on your ankle, or if you hurt yourself somewhere else, because it's quite tight and it keeps pressure. 2 things that I find for me are essentials. First of all is a mouth guard or protection, because when you do sparring, or I also do a different type of martial arts, so this is always in my bag, just so that I don't knock a tooth off or something. I don't know, accidents happen. And yeah, this one, you can just get a random one from a drugstore, and then you can just mold it to your teeth, and that's it. And then I have an ankle wrap, because I have a very unstable ankle. One of them, both of them are unstable, but one is more unstable than the other. So if I know that day my ankle is not feeling well, then I just wear this so I can get it together. In my little pouch, I still have a couple things here, but in my little pouch for easy access, I have tissues, wet wipes, always useful. I have a protein bar. This is a protein bar that one of my friends, or one of the girls I train with, gave me once because I felt lightheaded, so it stayed in my bag. And then I have a couple of lippies, just, you know. And then I have this one. This is liquid plaster. This is really good if you nick yourself. Sometimes if you're hitting the pad, or like if you're kicking the pad, like I've seen some of the people when I train that like their toe opens up or something. This is really good because you can keep training, and then usually when you use like a normal plaster, it comes off. That's what I mean when they say don't bring your jewelry. It's just I forget, and then I get there and then I realize and I have to take it off. So this needs to go to my jewelry stand. And also hair pins. Then a couple things I always have is I have these hair ties, hook, it's called a hook hair tie, I think. It has these 2 ends like this. And if you're a curly hair girly, these are the only things that I found that keep my hair from moving around when I'm working out, especially like intensity workouts, because with whatever scrunchie, with whatever hair tie I use, either I end up splitting my hair and like really damaging my hair, or I end up having to redo it every single time. This is, you just put your ponytail or whatever, you put it up, you hook this into your hair, then you turn it around, and then you hook it again, and it stays put. Like, this does not move. So I like to have these in my bag just in case I forget. 3 pouches in my bag. First pouch is where this usually lives, and this is my emergency pouch. I have some plasters, I have some wound spray, and that just, in case nicks happen, things happen. Then I have this little one, which is a cute little thing, and this is my hygiene pouch. I have some deodorant, extremely important. I have some face cream in case, and this is, all of this in here is just in case I shower in the gym, whether for whatever sport I'm going for. So I have some face cream, I have some shower gel, and I have some like face gel, travel stuff that I have, and some sunblock, like a sample kind of thing. And I have another lippy, because you can never have enough. I actually put here all the lippies that I don't usually like, that I don't usually reach for, because if I'm there and I'm stuck and I don't have an option, then I get to use them, and then they get used one way or another. Another face cream and some perfume. Last pouch. This is just like a random amalgamation of things. Like, it's the things that I remembered one day that I really needed, and I just put them all in here. I have a hair stick just to smooth things out, because you get really sweaty and then my hair gets like really sun-like, like sunshine. I'm a ray of sunshine. And then that just helps me kind of keep everything down. More deodorant, because I am so scared. I am so scared of stinking when I'm at the gym. And I have some ibuprofen, paracetamol, some hand cream, and some sanitizer, baby hair wand. This is mostly like if I have a place to be after training, which usually never happens. These are 3 sprays that I reach for before, during, or after training, and all of them serve very different purposes. So I have, the first one is deep heat. I love this one. This is in case of muscle sprains, in case I feel like I like moved wrong somewhere. I use it for my hip when my hip hurts, for my back. If I have a cramp or something like this, it's just extremely hot, and it helps my body to kind of keep functioning, which is really good. Every time I kind of feel a little bit off when I'm training, I use this, and then I feel like whatever I felt is gone within a few minutes. Then in the same vein, I have, this is from a brand, so this I bought when I was in Dubai, so I can't really find where to buy something similar here in a spray format. It's only cooling sprays, which is not always helpful for muscle pain, so this is really good. But on the other side, if I hit my foot with something, or if I hit my hand or something, sometimes I want something cooling, and this is like a pain killer kind of, and this I got at the M. This is Klostoffgau Schmerz fluid, and it's very effective. It's very, very cooling, so it's really, really good. I like to use both for different purposes. Sometimes I start with this and then I do this later, just because sometimes you just need both hot and cold on the same thing. And then last but not least is hypochlorous acid spray. I got this from Amazon. This is from a brand called Base Laboratories. I think in other parts of the world there's like the Tower 21 spray, but there's also another cheaper one on Amazon that is like, comes as a medical thing, but I couldn't find any of that here, so I got this. I thought it was gonna be like a spray, like psh, like a diffusion spray, but it actually ended up being a, and this is annoying, but yeah. So since it is a contact heavy sport, you always touch your face, people touch you, and I don't want to have a breakout from that. And also I don't necessarily always go down and wash my face right after training, because I go from the gym directly home and I'm gonna shower anyways. So this has been helpful to just spray on my face when I'm done with training. Last but not least is I have more perfume. This is a Victoria's Secret body spray. When I'm doing Muay Thai or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I just don't want to smell bad. So it's just etiquette. Don't stink. You don't want to train with somebody who stinks, so don't be the one who stinks. This was what's in my bag, Muay Thai edition. I hope this was helpful if you just started the sport. I hope that you stick with it if you like it. And yeah, let me know if you want to know any of these things and where they are from. And I'll see you in the